And then 2.9, this is review of the Ellis County Constable Vehicle Inventories Department needs and court action on any requested transfers or reallocations to include but not limited to Ellis County owned vehicle, year, makes, models, VINs, mileages, and overall condition. And I don't know that I understand all of that, but I'm sure, Commissioner Perry, you are going to elaborate.
Well, to some extent. I'm going to let Constable Nay do most of the elaboration since he's been here today for quite a while cooperating with the court. And,
today, but what about before? No, Commissioner Perry, that's not a fair statement. Mm-hmm. Do you think that it's appropriate when someone issues a request or the court's information for them simply to deny the request?
Well, the court didn't ask for it.
Well, my office asked for it. I think I am the court. I'm the presiding officer of this court.
You may be the presiding officer, but if I were in Constable Nay's shoes and somebody out of the blue tells me I need to transfer a vehicle when I have one high mileage vehicle, I have two high mileage vehicles and one low mileage vehicle, and they request I transfer my high mileage vehicle.
Do you think it really would have made a difference which vehicle?
I'm not sure, Judge, because I try not to deal in past animosities, but in the reality of the moment. And the reality of the moment is, I served this county years ago as a justice of the peace. My father's a retired law enforcement officer, and I don't think police officers should get everything they request if it's unreasonable, but I don't see anything unreasonable when your vehicle fleet includes two high mileage vehicles and one newer vehicle to having one of those higher mileage vehicles in reserve if possible. And I think in the county, given our asset base, it is possible that we can have one vehicle floating around that a constable can use as a reserve. It might be a better idea to have a motor pool eventually if we could all cooperate on something where we keep some reserve vehicles around for our constables, and then maybe they're not in the constable barn or whatever. But right now, if I had received that request in Constable Nay's shoes and Constable Nay made me aware of it and the court had not voted to transfer that property, I probably would have resisted, maybe not in the same way as Constable Nay, but I'm not going to micromanage Constable Nay's resistance. And I think it's inappropriate for an appointed official to be out there telling an elected official who was elected by the people and is thus controlled by the people that you're going to take this vehicle. And I have a hard time believing that it was the appointed official's idea to do that.
No, it was not. A need was brought to our office. If you recall, with the previous commissioners that we had prior to the January 1st swearing in, this has been a subject of discussion because that position was no longer there. That vehicle was a direct result. It was a product of the grant itself. It was used for that. Constable Nay did not comply with the terms of the grant. The court chose to eliminate that grant, and so the position was not funded in this budget, so he has an extra vehicle that came directly from the grant. It would seem natural, and other commissioners discussed it before, about bringing the vehicle in and reallocating it and putting it in a place where it had a useful purpose.
And had that been discussed in open court and it had been voted on, it would be quite another matter. I prefer to deal in the sunlight. Constable Nay, do you care to come up and be